Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the November 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Capricorn. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages I receive, as well as the meaning of tarot cards. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. With that being said, let's go and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming for November. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions, Capricorn, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. But let's see here. The first, our summary card for our first column, which is wrapping up and coming to a close, we have the card Center. This is about being, and how do I want to say this? This is about, I was going to say this is about being centered, and obviously Capricorn, that's not the most meaningful thing. But this is about being balanced. This is about being harmony. This is like your brain and heart being connected to your surroundings and those around you. I mean, this is a really good position to be in. We like to be centered. So I like that energy. That's good energy for the last few weeks or a month for you. Let's go ahead and take a look though and see what other messages we've got coming through here. The first card that we have is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a card of trusting your intuition. This is also like a very spiritual and a very intuitive card. Oftentimes when I see this card and I'm reading for somebody, it's like I know that they're psychic or they're intuitive or they're very spiritual. And that really pairs along nicely with being centered. Like I said, we're in a good head spot. Our brain and heart are working well together. Our emotions are balanced. Our feelings are balanced. So I'm not surprised to see this card. You really have a really strong intuition and you've followed your intuition. You've trusted your gut. You could have also found out some information with the High Priestess that can be like finding out news. The next card that we have is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is very reliable, very patient, very hardworking. I feel like there's something that you have been working really hard towards these last few weeks or month. I'm not sure that you've quite hit the reward yet, but with the Knight of Pentacles, this is like reaping the benefits of your hard work. So continue to stay heads down, continue to keep working hard. Like I said, if you haven't reaped the benefits yet, you're getting close to getting the benefits of all your hard work recently. And at the bottom here, we have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is a card of keeping and maintaining boundaries. It's also a card of being persistent. And I feel like persistence is more key here. Again, working hard towards something. You've been staying persistent and working hard at something these last few weeks. Let's clarify this and see what other messages I can give you here, Capricorn. The first card we have is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is very resourceful. This is about being resourceful with the resources you have. And it's like, what I'm getting, Capricorn, is like, you know where to spend more money. You know where to spend more time, or spend less money and spend less time. So I like to see that balance. I like to see that energy. Again, this is like your intuition. You knew what to spend, what decision to make. You knew exactly what to do with your resources to help you accomplish what you were trying to accomplish. The other thing I'm going to say with the Knight of Pentacles, this could be a relationship card too, or like a pregnancy fertility card. The next card that we have is the Tower card. The Tower card is a card typically of unwanted change. And I like to explain this as like you were hoping for A, B, C, and D, E, F happen, Capricorn. Again, for those of you that haven't accomplished what you're hoping to accomplish yet, you're going to very soon. And I feel like that's what it is for many of you. You expected to be done with something already and you're not quite there, but close. At the bottom here, we have the Knight of Swords. If you take a look here, both the horse and rider are moving very quickly. With the Knight of Swords, this indicates a change. And again, I feel like this hard work is like on the cusp of paying off. I don't know that you've felt that the last few weeks. I don't think you accomplished what you're hoping to accomplish, but you are seriously right there, Capricorn. This is saying that the change is coming. This is the card of persistence, so just keep pushing because you're right on the cusp there. Okay, let's take a look at our next column now, which is anything just general for November. Look at that. So you have the center card and you have the core card. I love this. These are both heart cards. These are both cards of balance. Everything is just so well aligned for you right now, Capricorn. One thing I will say with the core card, this is about doing what feels good for you. So if you take a look at this card, the heart is like the focal point here. We need to think about doing things that feels good for our heart. So just keep that in mind. Always like do that gut check, or better yet, that heart check, to make sure that whatever you're doing or working on feels good to you here, Capricorn. Okay, starting at the top here, our first card is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions. This can also be a card of isolation. I do feel like some of you are kind of withdrawing a little bit going into the month of November, likely because you're trying to finish accomplishing whatever this was in the first column. But again, I do feel like a little bit of withdrawing here, a little bit of isolating. You may just need some space. You may just need some time for yourself. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. We're going to clarify and see what I get there, but more so isolation than restrictions, Capricorn. The next card that we have is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a card of needing to rest, retreat, renew, recover. Conveniently, this is also a card of solitude. So again, that kind of isolation, pulling back. This is some you time. Giving yourself time and space. But it's kind of like quiet, peaceful, heads down work is what I'm seeing here. And at the bottom here, we have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of luxury, self-sufficiency, financial gain. I do think whatever we're working on in this column to the left is definitely going to be leading to more money, and that's what we have here with the Nine of Pentacles. But conveniently, one of the meanings of the Nine of Pentacles is solo pleasures. And I know that sounds weird, but again, this is about you time. So I just like... all of these are saying you, Capricorn, and you time this month. Let's see what clarifiers we've got coming through here. The first card we have is the Temperance. I love the Temperance card. This is a card of balance and harmony. We've already been talking about that with the center card, the core card, and now the Temperance card. This is about balance. This is about harmony. This is a card of patience as well, which we did have some patience and persistence we did have some patience and persistence messages in column number 1. So continuance on the patience. But I feel like in order to like get to this balance and this harmony and feel really good about your core, feel really good about your heart, feel really centered, you do have to withdraw a little bit here. But balance and harmony coming for November, always love to see that. The next card we have is the Five of Pentacles. Conveniently, this is also another isolation card. So like you seriously just need to take some you time this month. Capricorn, I think it's the best thing hands down you can do for yourself in November. And at the bottom here, we have the Empress. The Empress. Love, love, love these two money cards. Both very full of money, both full of abundance. The Empress is a card of creation. It's a card of abundance. Again, in this singular state, in this kind of alone state is really where you're peaking, being able to create whatever you're trying to work on, whatever you're trying to create. It just seems like you're doing the best on your own this month. But this is also a card of abundance. We have the money card, so an abundance of money coming into you here. But love this creation, abundance. This is also a pregnancy and fertility card. You've had one in that column and one in this column as well for those of you hoping to expand your family. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to money. Think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money, Capricorn. The first card that we have is the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is a card of low feelings. You see this person's head is hanging low. They're dressed in all black. And they're almost like grieving these cups that are spilt here. So this is a card of like loss, regret, grief. Again, those kind of low feelings. We're going to clarify this, but there's something financially or career-wise that seems to be bothering you in November. The next card that we have is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card of teamwork. I will say there's a possibility you'll be doing like a team project come November or need to be leveraging a coworker for something. This is also a card of commerce, which I love to see because we're talking about money in the money column. So of course we love to see those commerce type cards, and very much so a card of expansion. Again, you may have like so much work that you could need to ask for help or lean on a coworker this month, but of course we'll clarify. At the bottom here we have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is very solid, very practical, very wise. This is always a good reminder to make sure that we're making solid, practical, and wise money decisions, Capricorn, so just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. This is also a great investment card, so some of you might be given a new investment opportunity, and typically this is a really, really great opportunity when we see that King of Pentacles. So if there's a new investment opportunity, I would definitely encourage you to go for it. Let's see what we have for clarifiers here. So we have our repeat King of Pentacles. Again, great investment. It seems like maybe there was an investment that went awry or didn't go as planned, and maybe that's what the low feelings are here, Capricorn. But don't let that prevent you from pursuing this next investment opportunity, because I do see it to be pretty promising there for you. The next card that we have is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of family, friends. So again, I feel like some of you are going to be leveraging somebody else this month in terms of a project. Do keep that in mind. One thing I like about the Four of Wands, if you look at the top here, this almost looks like a finish line. So I do see like you're crossing the finish line, you're completing a project, I don't know. There's completion, there's finishing of something this month in November. However, though, it seems like we will be leveraging somebody else to help get us to this finish line. And at the bottom here, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a card of being very traditional, being very conventional. And I feel like the message that's coming through here is this investment opportunity seems like so vanilla, so plain. But in reality, it's really going to exceed expectations. It's going to be more promising. This is so weird to say, but it's almost like not risky enough for you, Capricorn. You're like, how can I make money on this because it's so basic or so easy? But again, it looks like a really good option for you. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. So think family, friends, children, marriage, relationships, whatever you associate with love. The first card that we have is the World card. The World card is a card of completion. It's the last card in the major arcana. It's about completing a goal, completing a lesson. This isn't necessarily like a relationship ending. I guess it could be, but that's not really the vibe I'm getting here, Capricorn. This is more like you've been working 60 hours and your partner's been working 60 hours, and this is like the end of that and like going back to normal. Or maybe you are pregnant and we found out where family is growing, so that's like the end of being childless, and now we're entering into this new step. So like with this ending, there becomes a new beginning. This is more like leveling up energy than just flat out ending, if that makes sense. This is also a card of travels. You could be traveling to visit family, friends, or you could be taking a trip with your loved one this month. The next card that we have is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is very supportive, very tolerant, very empathetic. I love to see this card in the love column, whether it represents you, Capricorn, or your partner. These are amazing traits. We want to be in a relationship with somebody who's supportive, tolerant, empathetic. So for those of you in the relationship, I would take this absolutely as a sign of the health of the relationship, especially because it's like we're just overcoming something right there. And then at the bottom here, we have the Star card. The Star card is a card of renewal, hope. It's like moving forward. And again, I feel like we just like went through craziness, and now this is the calm on the other side. So definitely embrace that, enjoy this renewal of energy, renewal of hope. You have a great partner for those of you who are in the relationship. It's kind of like you can weather anything is the message that's coming through there. Okay, now let's clarify out this column. The first card that we have is the Eight of Cups. This pairs really nicely with what I was saying with the World card. If you take a look at the Eight of Cups, these cups are stacked very nicely, but yet the person in the background is still walking away. But they're moving in this forward positive direction. So it's like, again, you're moving forward together. You're taking a step forward together. I always like to say with the Eight of Cups, this is going from good to better. These Eight of Cups look good, but we're on the pursuit of something better. So again, it's that leveling up type energy, Capricorn. We have the World card again, so a repeat card here for us. Again, that World card is that completing a goal, completing a lesson. You weathered it together. It's done now. We get to go back to this place of balance and harmony and ease. So calmer waters coming for sure. And also, again, could be a card of travel. At the bottom here, we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is another great card. We talked about the King of Cups and being supportive, tolerant, empathetic. The Queen of Cups is nurturing, supportive. Again, such a really nice, happy, healthy relationship. Even if you've been too busy to know it, you've done a great job of supporting each other, embracing each other, taking good care of each other through what seems like it could have been very busy, kind of crazy times here, Capricorn. Okay, now let's move on to our fifth and final column, which is message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card Revision. This is an interesting one, and it pretty much just means there's some sort of change that needs to happen. There's some sort of revision that we need to make here, Capricorn. One thing that's interesting with this card, and I always like to call it out because I think sometimes we forget, it's okay to change your mind on something. It's okay to revise the way that you view or an opinion that you have. Just because you once wanted to do something or once felt some way about something, you're allowed to change your mind. So keep that in mind. Somebody out there needs to hear that. But let's take a look and see what we've got going on. Definitely some sort of change up, some sort of revision here for you. Okay, the first card that we have is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups has a lot of different meanings, but this is really coming through as apathy or lack of fulfillment. You see this person sitting here and they're not particularly happy or excited. They're kind of sitting there with their legs crossed, their arms crossed. I think you do need to figure out what you can change to get to this point of fulfillment and move away from this feeling of apathy. The next card that we have is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of self-defense and feeling like you have to protect yourself against competition. It makes sense why you would be feeling the Four of Cups, those kind of low energy when you're in this place of self-defense. And at the bottom here, we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a desire for something long-term. I feel like you're almost having to defend a plan. That's the message I'm getting here. People keep questioning why you want to do something or where you're going. And I don't know that you necessarily need to change what the Four of Pentacles is, but you need to change that you care that other people are weighing in on this. This sounds silly, but just stop defending your actions and keep doing them, Capricorn. That's, I guess, the message I have here for you. Let's take a look. The first clarifier we have is the Knight of Wands. This is a card. When I see this card, it's like a card of freedom. And again, you need to set yourself free from these low feelings. You need to set yourself free from feeling like you need to defend your actions to others. The next card we have is the Hangman. This is a very stagnant card. You see this person is quite literally hanging there by their foot. This defending is taking away from accomplishing what you want to accomplish. So again, you need to set yourself free from this feeling like you have to defend yourself or defend what you want to do. You'll kind of be stagnant unless you can get past that piece. And at the bottom here, I always love when this happens. If you've watched my videos before, you know that. We have the same card on top of each other. It's really like the world saying, I meant what I meant. The universe saying, I said what I meant. It's a very direct, clear message. So again, this is the desire. And I'm not getting that you should change the course at all, but you should change how you respond to the reactions that you're getting to your long-term goal. Okay, Capricorn, at this time I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But question number 1 is the 9 of Spades. This is the number 41 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2 is the 5 of clubs. This is number 33 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3, we have the 4 of diamonds. This is the number 27 card. That's also a yes. So yes, yes, yes for you there, Capricorn. We're going to pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with us through the month of November. You have garnet, which is good for crisis management. It helps solve chaos. It gives you a lot of confidence and helps you live into your power. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your healing note says, the only courage that matters is the kind that gets you from one moment to the next. Thank you so much, Capricorn, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. If you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Capricorn, and I hope you have a wonderful November.